YouTube? This your boy Obey who say, What's up, Records, Lead Productions. Back at you with another tutorial. This ain't nothing but a do-over. This the macros. I'm great. Redo this video basically, but it's a little more advanced. So I'm gonna give you a little more detail into it. So basically, what is the macros? The macros is, if you go to the keyboard shortcuts, you go to settings, you're gonna click on your settings tab, you're gonna go to keyboard shortcuts. You're gonna go and you're gonna see all the shortcuts on your right that you can pick, and you can change these. See, you see some don't have nothing on them, so you can go add in, and then at the bottom you'll see where it say user macros. So right here, these are mine. Oh, it say macros at these are all yours. You're gonna put yours right here. So when you'll go right here, you just click add new macro. So I'm gonna take you past all the hassle of how to figure out how to do this or whatever. So what basically happened is, you basically can go any of these things you want to use up here that's already there. You can just go copy this if you want this. Select a plugin, preset, whatever. And then if you want to add whatever and you want to put multiple things in one thing, you'll just paste all of them in the same place. If that's how you do it. So you just copy and paste whatever you in here that you wanted to happen. This is the basic. So what I'm also doing with this video is I'm just calling out to the people who more advanced with C++ and all that. So who know about writing codes, like, man, help us and make some better macros to do better things, like, you know what I mean, call tracks and call audio files to the tracks from beat folders and things like that, and stuff like that, like make presets already be on plugins and stuff like that. Like, I'm not all that advanced, but I know this stuff can be done. So you know what I mean. So I want people to help me with that too. You can comment or whatever, hit me up, let me know. So you know what I mean. I'm trying to make my macros bigger too. So we're gonna make them bigger, and I'm gonna just put it all on Lead Productions on the website, and people can download it. So we're gonna make the Tracktion community big with the macros. And basically, this is all you would do. So you see, if you, when you get it, don't be discouraged by you don't have the plugins that I have. That's the whole thing about why I'm doing this video, to make sure that people really understand this part, that you don't need to have none of the plugins I have. But the Synosis Free G plugin, like I say, anybody that tuned into my channel, y'all should have that plugin. Go get that plugin, download that plugin, and put this plugin definitely in your arsenal. Another thing, the main thing why I'm doing this video is to make your macros work for your 32-bit version and your 62-bit version without any hiccups, without having any problems, and it's telling you plugins ain't load and stuff like that. Or when you just load another edit from a 32-bit to a 64-bit. I know people have had this problem before where it's saying that plugin ain't loading. You know you had that plugin in 64-bit. All right, where the problem is coming in at, it's this one simple thing that's making this problem. So the problem is, when you go into your plugins, you will see like these plugins. This come from the Tracktion website. They give away for free. These are the 4 plugins. What'll happen is these plugins will make trouble if you wanted to put these in macros, or if you had them on an edit and you open a 64-bit edit, because right here you see how they say 32. What you want to do is rename every plugin that have a 32 written on the end or a 64 written on the end. I'm in the 32-bit version right now. So you see, basically all your 32-bit versions, most 32-bit version plugins, not all of them, but most of them don't have 32 or nothing written on them. They just got the name of the plugin. So when you make your macros, you want to make sure that all of them just got the name of the plugin. And don't get worried or get scared because you knowing that that's a 64-bit plugin. You should have it in a 64-bit folder, and if you don't, if it's inside of a folder already, just create a folder, call it 64, and drag and drop it into there, so you'll know that that's the 64 versions, and just rename them. So I'm great to show you for a demonstration of what I mean. And so we're gonna take this and we're gonna open the folder. We're gonna say show folder containing selected plugin. So the folder right here. All right, so you see it say 32. So we're gonna rename it. We're gonna take the 32 off. All right, so now since we took 32 off, what we're gonna do, we're gonna delete these plugins because they no longer exist, because the 32 is a part of the file name, and because you renamed it, this is no longer the plugin, and it will say this plugin don't exist. So we're gonna remove these plugins. So we remove selected plugins from the list. We're gonna scroll down to the bottom because once we bring over new plugins, they're gonna be at the bottom. So we're gonna come down to the bottom. We're gonna pull this. This will be where we take these from and drop these in. It'd be weird because you be having to drop this in a certain like area for it to really work. See, so we're gonna just drop all of them in real quick. It's like it gotta be like right here in that center part. You put it to the it still show the plus signs everywhere, but for some reason, if you don't like put it in this area, don't do it. All right, so we should have all of them up. All right, so we got all of them, and this is what I instantly do because I have my tags set up, so I'm instantly gonna put them in the tags. All right, so there you go. So now you see they name without 32. All right, so we're going back to the macro spot. So like I was saying, if you don't have a plugin, all you would do is change the name here to whatever plugins you want in that space. All you would do, go right here, delete it, whatever the name, you'll go right here to your you want to go to the plugins part and see what the name is. So you exactly naming it what it's saying. You see what I'm saying? You want to make sure you naming it what it's saying. Cause some of them even be abbreviated, like you know the name of the plugin, but it be abbreviated to make it work. Let me show you what I'm saying. I like see, this the bus compressor. You will probably think that it's spelled bus compressor, but it's say comp, C-U-M-P. You will have to make sure it's written the exact same way it is. Everything had to be written. As long as it's written the exact same way, Tracktion is going to find it. Only thing I have a problem with is the Tracktion native plugins. Like, I can't pull up the text plugin for some reason. I can't pull up the the aux return and sends for some reason. Even if I type them in, they don't work. I don't know if because they really not a VST format. That might, you know what I mean. So somebody can help me with that. That'd be a big plus right there. Like Tracktion, anybody help me with that. Like how can I put the aux sends and returns and the text plugin inside of the macro? So like I say, and then you'll see after you change it to whatever you change and you do whatever you do, you would want to right here see how I say this is the show message. It's gonna show the message. So you want to change this if you whatever you change it to, so you can make this message be what it be, and then you also will want to rename it. You know what I mean? You could change these to whatever you want them to be, but all I did was already have it. This just giving you a sense so you know what's going on. So you're gonna have an insert of 4 tracks, an insert of 8 tracks. I would doubt you will want to change them ones right there. I mean, you might want to change what make them come up, but I'm saying this is something you probably would need. Insert 4 EQ tracks. You probably would want to keep that. Like I say, you would just want to change the plugin right here, and then remember that the top plugin is the last plugin. Just remember that whatever is at the top is the last plugin in the chain. It's gonna be the last plugin. The bottom, the ones close to the bottom are always gonna. The bottom one is gonna be the first plugin. Top one is gonna be the last. All right. So like I say, you might whatever you want to do, you want to change around in here. It's already just set up for you. You got master fader, whatever. I got meter and track, so I got the T Rex meter track come up, so you can make this be whatever meter track you want it to be. Like I say, these is references. So I got my subs and all that. 9 times out of 10, you would want these subs, so they already got the subs set up. EQ compression and limiters already set up on them, and you could just go and change them to the plugins that you want to use. You know what I'm saying? I got the aux returns. They set up with delays, reverbs. You can just go. You got reverb, tape echo, like so you can go. Like I say, all you would do is go. You're gonna have understanding because they saying what the plugins is. So you'll be able to go down and see what's going on. And you just be like, all right, your reverb, you might whatever your reverb is, you want to put it there. So, but one thing that's for sure and that's certain, this is going to just speed up your workflow. This so fast. You know what I mean? Like it just get you are going to be working more on other things that's building you than starting off. You're gonna start off in the right position every time. So like doesn't just show you like so I just know if I know what I'm coming to do and I say, man, I'm great to put together a song real quick and I know what I'm ready to do. I'm just gonna call the full project because I'm knowing that this going to be a song. Great. I'm trying to get vocals straight on it. Like so I might have somebody here and they wanna do a whole project. We're gonna do a whole project. This may be a day work. You know what I mean? Like at least 12 hours work, right? So I just called it straight up because I already know what I'm gonna do. So I call my full studio, and my full studio comes straight up, just like that. One press of a button. Well, 3 press of buttons. Control, Alt, Shift, and 3. Call that for me. So, and this gonna pull up all my tracks, all my vocal tracks already named for me. Beat tracks, uh, folders to put all my tracks in. Aux folder, all my auxes, subs, faders, everything already set up. The only thing I gotta go do is routing, and that's still the good thing. And then this another thing I do straight with my process as soon as I come in. So I come into my project, I jump straight on, go to all the plugins, and I disable every plugin. I'm gonna disable every plugin because I don't want no plugins running for CPU reasons, and I don't want it to sound like nothing when I first get started. I want to create what I'm creating. So only thing, if I do leave anything on, it'll be subs and faders if I do leave plugins. But I ain't really leave no plugins. So how you would do this real quick, you would go select a plugin, select all plugins of the same type, hit the enable button. It's going to disable them. And you just do this to all the plugins until you disabled all of them. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave my 3G plugins. I'm gonna leave them on. I'll leave them on in my metering plugins, so I'm gonna leave them on. But everything else is getting turned off. Select same type plugin. I know it's at least two or eight plugin, so this faster than going down and clicking all of them. Like I say, it's all about speeding up the process. And once you're used to speeding up the process, it's gonna make you never get discouraged in working. You always gonna feel like working, because you knowing that you can just run through what's supposed to be the obstacle to most people with ease. The part that the tedious work that everybody gonna say they tired of doing, it won't feel hard to you. You be doing it with ease. That's what I'm about showing you how to do. I want to show you how to make everything move smoother for you. So that's it right there. That should be everything. Yeah, that's all the plugins. So that's it. I have all the plugins, and then my next thing I go do, I replace all these with text plugins. And yeah, if you ain't seen my videos before, this is what I do. I replace this with a text plugin, copy what the track say over there, paste it here, and now I know what's going on here. I never use the volume faders in my folders, so I get rid of them so it won't be no confusion. There's no sense even having this here. I don't use it at all. And you can use it, but I don't like it because you don't see the faders move on the track. So same thing like to the subs. Like the sub track good, but I'd rather create my own sub track from sending out from tracks to a track to create a sub. If that makes sense to you, if you understand. But that's what I would rather do. I was doing that backwards, right? I haven't touched that twice. All right, so then once I just done all that, then now it'll just be to take all the tracks and put them in the folder. And how I'm doing this is I'm holding, selecting the track, then hold shift at the last track, and then just drag and drop. This is how I set it up. See, I put everything in the project folder except my faders. So even when I'm finished doing everything with my project, and I just pull out my faders, and that way I ain't gotta have my old project open when I'm just working at the mastering part. The final mix of my edit, rather. The final mix of my edit is I'm finished with the mixing. I'm finished with the mixing. There's no need for me even looking at all these tracks no more. None of that. But it still need to be there. So this is all I need to see. So this is how I set it up. Then I go color coordinate it. Then now you almost finished. This all the setup product you gotta do. This that 10 minutes that you ain't gonna get around. You ain't gonna get around this 10 minutes right here to make great projects every time when you just starting off and you wanna make great projects. So what you wanna do, you wanna do the same thing. You wanna hold on these, you wanna copy this, right? You wanna write the tag right here. You wanna paste it, put a one in the first. One, right? Then we'll go do the same thing here. All right, there you go. So now you got your right here show only tag. I like to use this feature all the time. So I put this on show only tag tracks. So once you select one of these, all you're gonna see is your beat track. See, everything else gonna close down. All you're gonna see is that. You can select all of them if you want. You just gotta remember that you gotta deselect stuff. So see now it's only showing the vocal track, only showing the subs, only showing the faders, aux return, and this right here where you can hide your tracks if you want. So I can hide this. Hide the hold on, check. You hide the whole project. And there's just nothing but faders. You hide all your tracks if you want. Just a good tool right here. Sometimes you need to hide tracks, like especially if you're making ghost tracks or automation tracks that you're just using for automation. You want to hide them. Just use this feature right here. So that's pretty much it for that part. So now I'm gonna go show you what I'm saying is if you don't do the writing in the 32, I meant taking out the 32 and 64. So we're gonna go into the 64-bit version. Alright, here we go. Now I'm gonna show you same thing going on in here. But I'm gonna show you some plugins. I left some plugins with the 64 on it, so you can see what I'm saying. You're gonna want to go change them. But these plugins I hardly ever use, so I didn't. The ones that's still standing, I didn't change. 64-bit version, right? Oh, I got some. Ain't, hold on. Oh, shit. 32-bit version. I opened 32-bit version. Yep. All right. So now you can see, this say effective 64. I got the effective 32. So this would be a problem if I open the edit. If I open the edit, it's really a 32-bit plugin. I mean, I got a 32-bit plugin of it too. So if I want to macro this, it would not recognize it because of the 64, because it got the 64 on it. Same thing. See, I'm gonna fix this one because I do be using this one. So we're gonna go fix this. We're gonna show it in the folder. Here go what I'm saying. See, because this is out of Fruity Loops, right? You see how this got 64 on it because it's in the same folder. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna create a new folder and I'm just gonna write 64 and that's it. And then I'm gonna drop the 64-bit version into the 64 folder. And now I'm gonna rename it. I'm gonna just take the 64 off. There you go. Now we're gonna erase this plugin. Scroll to the bottom. Just like we say, we know the plugin gonna come to the bottom. Take this. All right, so see now, this was saying 64 on these plugins right here. All these were saying 64. This limited 6 was saying 64. Matter of fact, I need to rename this one too. Because the other one got a space on it. So we're gonna rename this one. We just need to put a space in it because I know on the 32-bit version, it's a space in between here. Right here, it's a space. So put that space right there. Remove this one. Just pass on. I'm using this, so I'm gonna do it this, and I know I need to do it too. My next, so I'm definitely ready. I know that's the only thing. If be something, I'm gonna have to go do it over in the JBridge plugin for the Nexus. I'm gonna have to go inside the folder, so I ain't gonna do that one right now because I have to rescan it over and name it like that when I do it, or it's just not gonna load it in. Same thing here, another Fruity Loop plugin. So all you do, new folder, 64, then just drop it in there, rename it, remove this plugin, go to the bottom. Oh, damn push. That's why I use 0.726. See, this crashed on us, right? But it opened right back up. The other versions hang in the air. You be stuck for a minute. You gotta wait and all that shit. So I don't know. Yeah, well, we know why it just froze. Whatever was going on with the plug-in right there, it just went out on us. Shit, so I gotta go find that damn. Oh, it's still open. It's the spy zone. I guess renaming that one don't work right. Well, at least we know what's causing. Let me see if I put it back. What it do? Oh, like this plugin discomfort again. say. That's why I use traction. It can crash on me, but it's gonna come right back up. That's why I love it. So we're gonna try it another way. We're gonna scan it and see if we get it. All right. I guess we probably can't rename it. So we're gonna scan this again. Like since we haven't problem, right? This one one solution I gotta try first. One trick I gotta try first before I give up on it. I'm looking for my traction 4 on my screen. Uh, My traction 4. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on the traction 4 real quick. See if I can get it to work. Alright, so the poison plugin came on, but some reason, man, I done it with all you now. Saw me do it with the GMS. I did with all the other Fruity Loop plugins, right? For some reason, it will not let me move this plugin out of the folder right here. That's why it ain't working. It won't initialize without being in this part of the folder. With the oh, okay, here we go. Let me do it. I see what I gotta do. All right, so we're going to put. We probably got to have the banks and the scans in there, so we're gonna try it this way real quick. We're gonna see. What the fuck? Weird. All right, right now I'm in the 32-bit version. So what I want to see, I just downloaded it. It worked. If y'all see, I showed it. But what happened is You gotta put the underscore on it. That's what it was when I'm renaming. I can't rename it without the underscore. So I gotta see that's still a be a problem because this one don't have an underscore. So let's see if I can put an underscore on this one and it works. All right, there you go. So that's what I had to do to that one. So it was a lot of little tedious work. Man, it took up a lot of time basically to do that, but it was something that all of us got to get through and see that. You know what I mean? Because I ain't on no bullshit. I ain't just trying to show you, man, this shit gonna hiccup. You gonna have problems. I ain't ready to tell you that this is gonna be the best thing gonna happen and every time it's gonna work or no shit like that. I'm gonna be 100 with you, man. So we gonna work through this together, but that's what we just figured out. We seen that we had to make both of them look the same now. So we're gonna add this back into my 32-bit I got. Oh shit, I just put that in the wrong one. Alright, so like I say, you see we had to put the underscore. So we gonna go open the 64-bit back up. Alright, so now we back in the 64. So basically, you just got the rundown on how to set up your macro. So the only thing, and make sure you save it because you see this type of dumb shit will happen. See everything erase, all the macros erase, so you will have to load it back up. I don't know why I be doing that sometimes. Alright, so there they go, they all back. But they keep the name and then just erase all the buttons. It's crazy. So like I say, then you don't either you got it, you don't gotta press the buttons, and you still got everything at your disposal right here with the run script option. And you can see the user macros right. See, I got my show script menu is Shift plus Q. So if I press Shift and Q, my it's gonna come up right there. I get to do all my macros right there wherever I'm at. Wherever my mouse at, just put it up right there. That's the good thing about that. Right there, boom. Zoom's what you need. Right there. So you don't got it's anywhere you at. Wherever you at. You ain't gotta worry about moving down to there. That's why you wanna make that the show macros a feature. Because it put it right there at your fingertips, right there. And then you get to pick what you want. If you don't remember it or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? So just go crazy. Call up all your stuff you got. You just endlessly pull up things. See, I just had a problem with one of them. It just told me unable to do Scarlet 64 plugin. Uh, see what that's be. I think that's gonna be in the faders. Let me go. I think that's gonna be in faders. I need to go fix this. There you go. No, that's wrong. Limited 664. No, I don't got no more 64, so I need to fix that. It wasn't right here. Master fader. There you go. I gotta make sure I say this. This won't matter to y'all because, like I say, y'all probably won't have most of the plugins I got anyway. So you're gonna be copying and pasting. You got to be going in, and this is what you're gonna have to do. You gonna have to go do this stuff to make sure it operate right for your stuff. So man, like I'm saying, like you got everything at your fingertips right there. And then you could just make it all go away like that. And then for some reason too, when you load up all your tracks with the macros, for some reason, I noticed that the CPU don't get the CPU be less. It don't be as much for some reason. I don't know. Then other than you pulling plugins in over and over again and everything. And like I say, man, what you'll go do what I showed you with the text plugins and disabling your plugins. And then also I do this. I ain't think I showed y'all that. So with the volume, as you know how I start off my edits. I select all the volume plugins and I turn this to negative 18 dB. And so all my volume is at negative 18 dB. It's going to sing quiet, but that's what you want. I'm telling you, you work in the quiet environment, and then when you finally turn it up, you turn it up from your mix. You turn it up from your mix and not just turning up to make it be louder. You want to turn up from your mix. You want to turn up from your mix. That's the whole thing you want to do. You know what I mean? So just remember that and check it out. Check out my new tutorials that I'm gonna have for you, man. I'm gonna come with a couple more real quick. So make sure you stay tuned, man. Make sure you signed up to Live Productions. Make sure you download all these templates I'm giving you and everything, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna speed up your workflow. Hey, thank you, man. God bless you. Peace.